So that little thing inside of us is called your spark, right? We're going to talk about it called your spark through this program. And that's a little voice of, it's like a magical little common sense voice that every single person has, that lives in, kind of feels like it lives inside you. And it lets you know, like it tells you what to do. It lets you know the right thing to do in any situation. And if we get really good at listening to that little voice, like just even getting to hear it, right? Now we've kind of talked about it, you might start to hear it a little bit more. But it's always available to us, our sparks. And our spark will always let us to know what to do in the moment. Now, if we ignore that spark, that's when we tend to get into trouble. And that's when we tend to get into arguments. And that's when we tend to, make a mess and not clear up after ourselves, or any of those kind of things, right? Or fall out with people at school, or get in trouble with the teachers, or, not do the homework we're supposed to do, or get into arguments, all that kind of thing. Is always, there's our little spark that we just have a knowing that actually throwing that thing at your sister is not a good idea, right? Or flicking food across the table isn't a good idea. You kind of know deep inside, well, that's your spark. And when you follow that, when you don't follow it, you always get in trouble pretty much. And when you do follow it, it leads to, well, it keeps you out of trouble, and it leads to you like being helpful, nice, friendly, lovely, good friend, having a nice time with your parents, having a nice time with your brother and sisters, having nice relationships with people around you. And it just leads you in a nicer direction. Like you kind of have a nicer life when you follow your spark.
I can't do it. Let your inner unicorn come out. Done. Let your inner unicorn come out.
So if you imagine the situation where you're running late for school and you've still got homework to do. Now, if we had our angry glasses on, you might just end up being really angry at your mum for being allowed to wake up so late, and then yelling at a friend to get out of your way when you're at school and that kind of thing. But imagine if we had our anxious glasses on. You might then be really worried that your teacher's going to be upset. You might start feeling sick or worried that you're going to fail your test or your classes. And imagine if you had on your calm glasses. So if you had your calm glasses on, you might not be upset. You might decide to ask the teacher if it's okay to turn your homework in late. You might understand when your teacher gets upset. You might just accept that all really calmly. So did our little stick man react the same way while wearing each of the pairs of glasses? Of course they didn't. You saw that they got really mad and yelled when they were wearing the angry glasses, but they didn't yell or get upset when they wore the calm glasses. But it was the same situation each time. Now, the situation stayed the same because they were still running late for school. But what did change was the state of mind or the mood of the stick man, right? Their reaction to the situation is what changed, just as a result of wearing different glasses.
Another way to think about your mind is that it's a phone. So I imagine some of you have phones and you have apps on your phones, right? So say an app opens on your phone. Do you have to play it? No. You can always press the home button and leave it. But whether the app's there or not, you don't actually have to play it. So what I'm saying is that there might be a thought in your head. You can't force it out of your head. People can't do that. But what you can do is choose not to listen to the thought, not to engage with the thought, and block it out of your thinking. So, also, what happens on your phone if you download loads and loads of apps? And here, apps are like your thoughts. So loads of thoughts and apps going around your head. And then your phone just breaks and you can't use it and you can't take any pictures and you get really stressed. But all you need to do is delete some apps, and yeah, you can kind of just like gradually clear out your mind as you would clear out a phone with full storage.